Christianity, um, it tends to be more patriarchal, and the idea of a feminine part of God, or even like God as a collective hive mind, is heretical. Um, Especially like at this moment, I live in the South, where in the Bible Belt, and uh, to talk about these things is kind of like taboo, you know. So yeah, but with Kabbalah, I've found out from reading Sefer Retzio, um, it's basically not just connecting with God, but also a form of self deification. And a lot of times people think that the self deification is like a left hand practice, but it's no, not really. Um, in the Bible, it says that ye are gods, and that you know God is within us. So it's just kind of like it was never, you know, the left hand practice didn't have a monopoly on the deification of the human being. And, like we have the scripture in Genesis that talks about man being created in the image of God. So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah, just be prepared. Because I just I personally feel like when you study these things, yes, it can be joyous to connect, and you feel good and you feel better and your eyes are open. But like when your eyes are open, a lot of people around you want to be asleep, and like you want to tell everybody, you want to shout from the mountaintops what you know, what you've discovered, and you're going to find that not many people want it. And it's going to be a lonely life, really, because I mean, even if you're around people like your friends, your family, uh, even your lovers, like they're not going to get you. Um, because even if they are spiritual to some degree, working through Kabbalah is a it's a solo path, because every journey is going to be different. Everybody's going to get something different out of it, and not many people know about Kabbalah or can understand Kabbalah because it's very complex. So yeah, but uh, God is a Verb by David A. Cooper. I actually found this at a store called Books a Million. I was looking for the Zohar, which is another Kabbalistic text, and I ran into this book. And so the interesting thing about it is that it talks about angels and demons, and it actually mentions how some angels do not like humanity, or how they kind of debate over whether humanity is worthwhile having, around. And this is how I know this was like the real deal, because in my uh, run-ins with angels, they do kind of come off as kind of um, stuck up, where they don't like human beings, or sometimes it's hard to get them to do what you want because they kind of look down upon human beings. But as you start working with them more, and I guess like elevating yourself, and I guess when you prove that you are genuine about your spiritual uh, journey, then they get easier to deal with, and they're more likely to give you stuff and help you out and be informative. I found that I found that out personally. Yeah. So, I really, I mean, I have stuff that I could talk about, but I just kind of wanted to give that personal message. Just kind of wanted to take a break. Sometimes you have to like slow down, give your mind a rest. I mean, it's great learning all this new information, but you gotta give yourself time to process. And sometimes you just gotta kick back and do something mundane. Play video games or something. read a read a different book. That's not about spirituality. I don't know. Go get a hobby, make a friend. Yeah. So, I'm actually, I want to actually reach out to any of the audience that I have and just see if there are any Gnostics out there, any Kabbalists listening, and you know, I just want to say we're all connected. Like that if you've studied your stuff, I see you. Um, Keep trucking, because it's hard, but it's rewarding. It's lonely, but you're never alone. So just keep that in mind. You know, angels are always watching, so are demons, but like the demons aren't what we think they are. I don't know. It's weird because like when you study Kabbalah, then all these ideas that would be considered heretical start popping up. But just keep in mind that anybody who was revolutionary within religion or spirituality, they were they were considered heretics of their time. So don't let that stop you. The religious leaders didn't like Jesus. Um, Buddha, I mean, he was supposed to be rich and he just walked away from everything. So everybody probably thought he was crazy. And in a way, you have to be crazy too. You have to go against the grain. You have to do things that aren't logical because it's more about um, intuition and gaining that crazy wisdom. So, yeah. So, just like to thank the people that have stuck with me throughout my journey, and I hope that like I helped you guys out that are listening. Um, and I don't know. Thank you for inspiring me. I know that like the number of people who are listening has dwindled because I'm not talking about dark stuff anymore necessarily, and that's okay because it's about quality over quantity. So stick with me, and we'll keep it moving together. You're not alone. All right. So I'll catch you next week, if not before. Deuces.